mess. Hey everyone, it's Kim from Dudash Farms. I tried to get Brian to stand in front of the stove over there so you could see him. There he is, so that, you know, it would be like you get to see both of us at the same time. But welcome to What's for Dinner at Dudash Farms. This is Kim Dudash, and we are excited to be here with you guys this evening. We are actually, we're gonna make our Dudash Farms beef and barley soup. So we're really excited about that. We've got a couple people watching. I wanna say welcome. So we're gonna use, in this recipe, we're gonna use our Dudash Farms ground beef. It is a little warm here in Tennessee. We're actually very excited about it, and we thought maybe this was not the right dish to do for this type of weather. But you know what, gang? You know how Tennessee is. This next week, it's gonna be rainy and much cooler. So this is the perfect dish for a day when you come home. This beef and barley soup will be wonderful. So we've got some folks watching. Let me see who we've already got. We've got Brian Stooksbury, David Land. Hey, Dave Land. He always talks about our shady cows here. Good to see you watching. And Susan Clippinger is watching. Hey, hello from Florida. Amanda Lurch is watching. Chrissy Blackburn is watching. Chrissy Blackburn Chastain. Chrissy, you'd think I don't know who you are, but I absolutely know who you are. I'm sorry, I just butchered your name, but welcome. So tonight we're making beef and barley soup with our Dudash Farms ground beef. And I'm gonna run over here and let Brian tell you how he's getting this started, and then we'll talk a little bit more about what's going on at the farm and that kind of thing. So let's see what Brian has going on over here. What you got, Brian?
So we have a pound.
Wait a minute. Oh, technology is great when you use it correctly. Yes.
So we have some pound of our ground beef that we're browning. And when it's almost done, we're going to put some onion and garlic in there. Yep. And this is really going to be a quick and, not really a quick, but a simple dish to make.
That's right.
So once our onion and garlic is tenderized, we'll add carrots, celery, barley, diced tomatoes, beef bouillon, basil, and water.
And mushrooms.
Yep. And we're going to simmer it for like an hour. Then we're going to add some green beans, because you don't want to put them in too early or they're going to break apart. Yeah. Then we'll let it simmer another, 5 minutes or so.
Yeah. All right. So while Brian is browning our ground beef there, let's talk a little bit about what we're doing. So again, we're making beef and barley soup, and I see that Ann Dudash has joined us. So hello, Ann Dudash. She had a birthday this week, y'all, so we are celebrating all week long. Last week we made red curry pork stir fry, and I'd love to hear if anyone who was watching last week actually tried the red curry pork stir fry. And we had,
not spicy.
That's right, I was just about to say that. So we've had several people say, oh my gosh, that looked really spicy. But it was not spicy at all, y'all. I'm a lightweight when it comes to spices, and I absolutely loved it. So it is not spicy at all. It was actually very, very tasty. So red curry pork stir fry, delicious. And I do want to say, and it should be showing up at the bottom of your screen, that you can go to our website and subscribe to receive our newsletter monthly. We will have all of these recipes, all of the recipes that we featured in the month of February. They will be in our newsletter, and you can get those, and you can try them at home if you want to. So again, tonight we're making our beef and barley soup, and we're using Dudash Farms ground beef. And Brian we were talking about this right before we went live. You know, this is a super simple recipe, but it's not quick. You know, a lot of things that we do are very quick. So tonight we're gonna put it all together, but once the beef and barley soup is put together, it does have to simmer for about an hour. So I think Brian's gonna need an appetizer before the evening is over. He's gonna have to wait for an hour to eat. But anyway, sometimes we will go ahead and prepare ahead of time and then have a second batch that we go through. But we're not going to do that tonight, but we will be able to show you everything about the soup, and then we can get on and tell you how it turned out. But I think it's going to be wonderful. So let's see, there were a few things I wanted to tell you about. I told you about the newsletter. You can subscribe for that, and also you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, where we have replays of all of these videos if you want to watch the video. We actually have had a few people say that they will watch the video and follow along and prepare the recipe as they watch. So if you guys want to do that, we have them all on YouTube, and you can go there and you can look those up. You know, I always talk about the farmers market when we do our What's for Dinner at Dudash Farms, and I know it isn't starting yet. It will start in May. It'll be the first Saturday in May, the Dandridge Farmers Market, and I would love for you guys to go and follow the Dandridge Farmers Market page. There's not a whole lot, there isn't any activity going on right now, simply because it is off season for the market. However, I am going to start doing some live videos and posts featuring our vendors. So I'd love for you to follow so you can learn who's going to be there with us this year and what they have to offer, and learn about their story, right? I mean, it's fun to get to know people and get to know their story. So we're going to start doing that over the next few weeks. So hop on over and follow the Dandridge Farmers Market page. Let's see who else we've got going on here. Susan Clippinger says, hooray, I was frantically writing down those ingredients from Brian. Oh no, you don't have to frantically write down any ingredients. We will make sure that you have those all spelled out for you in our newsletter. So make sure that you subscribe to that. Jack Collins is watching, Lori Smith is watching, and Johnny Vidito says hello. Let's see, what else we got? So Brian, how are we doing on our ground beef over there?
We're ready to add the rest of our ingredients.
All right, so let's go on over and see what Brian's got going on. What you got? All right, so we've got the ground beef, and it has browned, and now we've added our onions, and we've added garlic.
Yep.
Right? All right. So now what are we doing?
I'm going to add some carrots and celery.
All right. We've chopped up a half a cup of carrots, a half a cup of celery.
Yep. Our small can of mushrooms.
And mushrooms.
Can of diced tomatoes.
Got some diced tomatoes there.
This is a half a cup of barley.
All right. Half a cup of barley.
And we're going to put in 7 cups of water.
All right, 7 cups of water.
And 2 tablespoons of beef bouillon.
All right, 2 tablespoons of beef bouillon. So again, if you've just joined us, we are actually making beef and barley soup with our ground beef, and we've added to that. We browned the ground beef, and then we added some diced onions and garlic. We browned that up really well. Hey, Jessica Strange. She says hello, Brian. And we've added, Brian is adding some basil. And y'all, we got this basil from our garden this summer. We dried it and put it up, and so, all right.
So we're just going to bring this to a boil, cover it, then simmer it for an hour, then we'll add the green beans.
Yeah, so y'all see how easy that is? I mean, really, let me recap here. He has browned the ground beef. Once he browned the ground beef, we put in some onions. You notice how I said we. He put in some onions and garlic and let that cook up. And then we added some celery and some carrots, a half a cup of celery, half a cup of carrots, and some mushrooms, just because we love them. And we added some basil, and we're going to let that come to a boil, and we're going to simmer it. Also 7 cups of water. That's important to add to this. And then we're going to boil this We're going to let it simmer. We'll put in some green beans so that they don't become super, super mushy. And so, yeah, and it will basically, simmer for an hour, and then we can have dinner. So I thought it was really interesting. I did some research today to find out some information about barley. So I wanted to give you some great information about barley. First of all, there are different types of barley. What you want to make sure is that you get the whole grain. You can get in the store a box of what they call pearlized, and you need to look for this on the box. It says pearlized barley, and that is not whole grain barley. What you want to make sure that you get is the hulled barley. The hulled barley is considered whole grain, and there are so many more health benefits of the hulled barley than there are in the pearlized barley. Basically, with the pearlized barley, all of the fiber and the hull has been polished off, so you're really left with the, I mean, you're still going to get some nutrients from the barley, but not as many as you would if you were using a whole grain. So I thought this was really interesting, and I wanted to share it. Barley, which looks, like an innocent little grain, it is rich in many of the beneficial nutrients that our body needs. For example, it's a very rich source of fiber, and it also has, listen to this, magnesium, selenium, copper, vitamin B1, chromium, phosphorus, magnesium, and niacin. And it also is packed with lignans, which is a group of antioxidants linked to lowering the risk of cancer and heart disease, all packed in a little whole grain. So there's a lot to be said for making sure that your diet has some whole grains in there. So what does that really do for us? Well, first of all, because it's so packed with fiber, it helps you feel more full, and so you're going to feel less hungry, and it's actually, there are studies that show that it will help you lose weight. Another one is that it helps to improve your digestion. So it also helps to lower your cholesterol. It also helps reduce heart disease. I mean, there's so many things that you can get from whole grains, and this is a delicious recipe and a great way to add those whole grains to your diet. So we hope you guys will give it a try. We got Donna Hill Cox watching. You guys, I appreciate y'all. And Angie Vitato says, hey y'all. So David Land asks, can you use fresh mushrooms? Absolutely, Dave. You can absolutely use fresh mushrooms.
Probably better with fresh.
It would actually, yeah, Brian just said it would be better with fresh mushrooms, and I agree wholeheartedly. So I would say absolutely use fresh mushrooms. We just happen to have these on hand, and so that's what we used. Let's see if there's any other questions. Sounds delicious, Michelle and Billy. You know what? It's smelling absolutely amazing. I say all the time we need smell-o-vision. It smells so good. So I'm really looking forward to having dinner. Let's see if there are any other questions here. Barley and lentils together form a complete protein. And this is coming from Sarah Steele. Sarah, thank you for that. That's right, which matters if you're a vegetarian like me. That's right. So barley and lentils together form a complete protein. And you guys, we need protein. We need proteins for our body and for our muscles to stay healthy and grow and develop. So if you're like Sarah Steele, which, by the way, Sarah, you don't know how much I appreciate you watching, even though you're a vegetarian. How about that? I just love you. But so you can get protein from plants. So that's a very, very good point. Thank you for that. Wow, can't wait to try this. Susan, I hope that you'll try it and you'll let us know what you think about this. Melanie Clifford says, hi, Kim and Brian, love this dish. Melanie, I'm hoping that you'll try it. Like I said, it's going to get cold or cooler this week, so it's perfect. Brian mentioned this earlier. It is very quick to put together, but it's or simple to put together, but it takes a while for it to simmer. I mean, you want your soup to simmer for at least an hour so that it can just get that rich taste. So it may be something that you do on a weekend, right? Something, or if you get, maybe have all the ingredients together and put it together the minute you get home and let it simmer for an hour. I needed a new soup recipe I can't wait to try. Donna, you're going to love it. So yeah, and we're going to try to do a few more. We've got a great recipe for next week too. I can't wait for you guys to try that one. But yeah, I'm glad. A soup is always so nice, especially when it's cool out or rainy. So yeah. And Kelsey Burns, hi from Texas. Hey Kelsey, I am so excited that you're home and I can't wait for you to get back to Tennessee. I know that your mom and dad are pleased that you're here. Brian, was there anything else that I
mentioned about the newsletter?
Yeah, I did mention about the newsletter to the point that they're probably sick of it. But I do want to say, Brian and I sold a lot of stuff off the farm this week, and it was a great week. So I just wanted to remind you guys that if you are looking for grass-fed pork or grass-fed beef or pork, reach out to us. You can our phone numbers and our email are on our Facebook page, so just reach out to us and set up an appointment. We both have businesses here from home, so we're pretty flexible on times to make appointments. So if you want something, just give us a call or reach out to us and we'll make sure that you get that. And if you live in the immediate area, if it's an order over $50, we will deliver it to you. So just keep that in mind. We still do have a great amount of stock available. So, if you need anything, you just got to let us know and we'll take care of you. Let's see, was there anything else? Let me look at my notes. I have to make notes, y'all. I did mention about following the Dandridge Farmers Market page. We're going to start doing some videos and some posts there just featuring our great vendors. So you guys make sure that you watch that. And the farmers market will start the first Saturday in May. So let me tell you something. This soup that we're making tonight, if you just joined us, beef and barley soup. This is our, our exclusive Dudash Farms recipe. So y'all, it's smelling really good, and we have to let it simmer for an hour, so we can't show you the final product. But let's see, can't wait either. Kelly, I know. Oh, Kelsey says she can't wait. So y'all, Kelsey just got back from the Middle East. She serves in our armed forces, and she's finally home. And so she says she can't wait to get to Tennessee either. For some of that Dudash Farms beef. So Kelsey, we appreciate that, and we're so glad that you're home. Farmers market already, Angie Vitito says. I know, Angie, can you believe it? I'm actually ready for it. I've missed spending every week with you and Pete and Shirley and Amanda. I just miss you guys, so I'm looking forward to it. And David Land wants to know, I told you guys that David Land always wants to know, he talks about our shady cows. He wants to know if our pigs are as shady as the cows. Well, Dave, you know how it is. We've got quite an operation here. Thank you for your service, Kelsey. Yes. Thank you, Angie, for saying that. Brian, so let's take one last look at our soup before we sign off here, so you guys can see what it's going to look like. And we have to let it simmer for an hour, so we can't give you the official taste test yet, right? So let's try this out, see what we got going on here. So y'all, that's what it looks like. And it's come to a boil now, and so now we're going to let it simmer for about an hour, and then it'll be ready, good to go. You know what this would really be good with, Brian? If we had a pone of cornbread, right? You got
an hour.
I know, so I've got an hour to and I can do that. I can put together a pone of cornbread in an hour. So I taught you all from Tennessee. I taught Brian what a pone of cornbread is. So that would actually go very, very well with this recipe. So, all right, y'all, we are gonna go. This has been actually a very good short one, right? But we will have this recipe in our newsletter. So make sure that you have subscribed. Again, I will reiterate, I will not share your email with anyone else, and I will not sell it. And here's the deal. I don't even know how to do any of that stuff. So, you know, all I'm going to do is I'm going to send you some recipes so that you can try them out. And you can use them with, you know, whatever product you want, but we would hope that you would try them with some Dudash Farms product here. Leftover cornbread and milk, Angie Vidito says. Yes, cornbread recipe someday. Kelsey, I will share with you my cornbread recipe, and it is amazing. I make amazing cornbread, so it's going to be perfect for this. Y'all, we appreciate you so much, and we appreciate you hanging out with us on a Sunday night. We are absolutely thrilled that the time is going to change soon and that we will have more daylight in the evenings. So hopefully when we do our What's for Dinner at Dudash Farms, it won't be so dark outside, and maybe we can do something outside. But we appreciate you guys. Have a fantastic week, and we will see you next Sunday night. Bye. Say bye, Brian.
Bye.
Bye.